The 4th of July weekend officially here, and that means we need to start thinking about ways that we can keep kids entertained, and even more so than entertained, fed. That's why we're joined today with Sarah O'Brien. Sarah, the founder and editor of the lifestyle blog Connecticut in Style. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming in.
So happy to be here.
Chatting with us. I'm excited to do some of this stuff. Quickly, talk to us. Tell us about your blog.
So Connecticut in Style is a lifestyle blog that I started about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
And it's really filled with ideas and inspiration about the Connecticut lifestyle and ways to elevate your style. So I include fashion and beauty tips, recipes for food and drink. I do tours of beautiful homes and gardens, and I also include an event calendar. So if you're looking for something fun to do, you can check out my blog at ctinstyle.com for some fun events.
Great.
And one of the things that I love to do, I've got 2 kids, is do a lot of kid-friendly DIY craft projects.
And these things are great, some not as healthy as others. Let's go from least healthy to most healthy, okay? We're gonna do something that's a little bit different. It's like a kind of a spin-off on s'mores.
Exactly.
What is this?
So this is a s'mores dip, and I think that the 4th of July and s'mores, they just go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
But if you have kids that are young and they're actually too small to roast marshmallows on their own, or if you're having a party and you don't have a fire pit for adults to roast marshmallows, this is a great alternative to serving s'mores. And it could not be any easier to make.
Seriously, so let's do it then.
So you
it's 2 things.
Yeah, it's 3 ingredients.
Okay.
It's chocolate chips, marshmallows, and graham crackers. You start with an oven-safe dish.
Okay.
Add your chocolate chips.
Literally just pour a
Yep, and you want to just like level that down. Perfect.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can add your marshmallows. You can put them all on top, or you can arrange them in a uniform pattern.
Gotcha.
To make
So
it a little bit.
we're going to go fancy. We'll kind of do it over there like that.
Okay.
Now, after we do this, as I'm doing it, tell us what we're supposed to do. You know, we do have to melt this whole thing. Can you do this beforehand and then, you know, heat it up afterwards?
Absolutely. So you want to preheat your oven to about 350 degrees.
Okay.
And then put it in the oven for about 10 minutes. Once you start seeing the chocolate chips get glossy and shiny, you know that they're about to melt. And then the inside of the marshmallows, even though you can't see them, are going to get nice and gooey. And then after about 10 minutes, you're going to want to put this on broil. And you're going to want to watch it really carefully because these will broil in a flash.
And I'll tell you what we were doing a few seconds ago. We have one that's already pre-made over here.
Yep.
And I just stuck this in the microwave for a minute and just watched it really closely. And I'm going to go ahead and guess, and we haven't tried this yet so far, that this is going to be melty and gooey.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
That's
I'm breaking it apart.
exactly what you're looking
So
for.
very
That's
ooey
perfect.
and gooey. I'm not going to eat this because otherwise I won't be able to speak, but I will after this is done. I promise you guys that. So that's great. Fantastic. Now let's get a little bit healthier. And this is beautiful. Is this a particularly complicated thing? What are we doing over here?
So just to take advantage of a lot of the great seasonal fruits, we're going to make red, white, and blue fruit kebabs.
Okay.
And so we have watermelon, pineapple, and blueberries. And basically, this is something, again, you can do with your kids.
Okay.
You start with your red fruit. So you're going to thread on a watermelon.
Very nice.
Started with your white fruit. So you thread on a pineapple.
How are we making these stars?
So these stars are made with just a star-shaped cookie cutter.
Easy.
Yeah. So I slice the fruit. I give my kids the cookie cutter, and they love cutting out the star shapes. And then you really just top it with some blueberries.
This is healthy, and this is something that the kids can do as long as they wash their hands.
Exactly.
Watch them closely so they don't poke themselves.
Right.
And then you can use this for a picnic or a barbecue or something that you're doing instead of just serving sort of a fruit salad.
Exactly. Yep. And they're
Beautiful.
portable. They're finger foods. They're easy.
And this is a little dipping sauce, but it's very simple. What is this?
That's just a vanilla bean yogurt dip. You can serve these plain, or you can offer it with a dipping sauce.
Easy. All right. Now we've gone through the food things. What do we have over here?
So mason jars are wildly popular.
Awesome.
They can be used for so many different things, from desserts to drinks, and actually lanterns. And so taking my cue from the American flag, I did painted mason jars. We have 3 jars. Basically, you start with a plain mason jar.
Okay.
You paint all of them white. For the red and white striped ones, you can add some painter's tape, take some red paint, and you basically just paint around the tape. Once it's dry, peel off the tape,
and then
for the stars one, you just get these little self-adhesive foam stars. You
Easy.
put them on the white paint. You get a little sponge brush, You blot it like this. Again, wait for it to dry. When you peel off the stars, you get these beautiful white stars underneath.
And these things can be used for literally anything. You can use it for drinks, you can use it for a light or a candle or something like that.
Exactly.
Maybe a candle to help get rid of bugs. Citronella or something like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And you can also put utensils in there for your party. And then once the party is over and the sun goes down, add some tea lights, and they're really beautiful candles.
All of these are fantastic ideas. Sarah O'Brien, thanks so much. Tell us the name of your blog one more time so people can check you out.
Thank you. It's called Connecticut in Style, and it's ctinstyle.com.
Good stuff. All right, we're going to link that on our website. That's WTNH.com. Pull down to the on-air tab and check out the Good Morning Connecticut weekend section. Steph, I'm going to eat more of this stuff. Send it on over to you.
All right, enjoy that. Thanks, Sam. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, DEEP, is asking everyone to be aware and cautious this holiday and stay away from nesting locations. DEEP says beachgoers should stay at least 50 yards away from nests because they can get destroyed. The state already lost a shorebird called a piping plover when a dog trampled it. So be aware of that if you're bringing the kids out to the beach today. 7:48. Let's head back to Sam now with a check of the weather. Hi, Sam.
And it's really great today, Steph. We have no rain on our radar at all. Love to continue to show you this radar view with clear skies. The bad thing that comes with this, unfortunately, is that our drought is continuing to increase. So let's take a look at that. We are now at a greater than 6-inch rainfall deficit in Windsor Locks. If you're wondering how large of a rainfall deficit that is, that's a month's and a half worth of rain that we would actually need to make up to get